Good morning, sunshine. Hope everybody's doing well. Trying to light my sage. I had to turn the air conditioner on today. Just crazy. It has snowed like last week or something. It's craziness. Just craziness. Anyway, it's nice though to be warmer. I'm sure you would agree. Let's get all of our cards saged up here real quick. Okay. I hope everybody has had a wonderful full moon weekend. It has been a little crazy. It's been so emotional for me. So emotional. Y'all have to comment down below and let me know how your weekend was. If this full moon made you a little crazy. I don't know if it's just everybody or certain signs, but I was so emotional. It's craziness. We're going to do a recent, past, present, and near future reading. I'll do clarification cards and some oracle cards. And advice from our guides and angels and higher self. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and like this video if in fact you like it. Comment down below. There are all kind of links down there. If you're interested in a private reading, there's also a link down there for that. If you have any questions or suggestions or any of those kind of things, just leave them in the comments. I love to hear from you. All right. And our unconscious is the Eight of Cups. Leaving something, walking away from something. Oh, okay, I have to take the next one. World card. So whatever it is you're walking away from, it's a new cycle. Okay, so let's see. In the recent past, we have the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Swords. A lot of thought, a lot of thinking in your head, a lot of that. Ooh. In the present, you've got the Tower, Temperance, and the Chariot. Interesting. Interesting. I'm guessing all that stuff in your head got blown up. That's what it's looking like. And you're trying to find your balance right now. So I'm guessing that you had a rough time with this full moon too. Just a wild guess, but I would say you had a rough time with it. Stuff's moving in. Okay, you have a huge load. In the near future, you've got the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and then the Four of Pentacles. Things are moving real fast. Right now, they're going to be moving fast into. You have a burden to put down, a large burden to put down. It's time, but you're holding on tight. You are holding on tight. Okay, I feel like that you need to come out of your head. I would have wagered to guess that a lot of you are air signs. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Could be some other things too, but I would say you're coming out of a lot of headspace. And I feel like you're leaving that behind. It may be that you're going through an awakening also. And I've said this before on my channel, a lot of people going through awakenings, and when you go through an awakening, it seems like things just get blown up in your life. Some pretty major stuff happens. I know it has for me. It did for me to begin with. It wasn't so bad, and then it's like, okay, you got to do some things. We got to pull some stuff out. I didn't move fast enough for Spirit, I guess. They decided they wanted me to move on faster, so they pushed me. Sometimes it takes a push. That's not a lot of fun, but sometimes it takes a push. It does for me anyway. And that may be exactly, it's just like you got shoved down the road, because that's what a tower is. It is a boom moment. It happened quickly. Now, you've got tons of angels watching over you and helping you stay balanced. But you're moving fast, and it's a good thing because you don't have to worry about your balance when you're moving fast. Just from moving, you're going to stay up. But now in the past, with all the swords, you've got this first one is the Seven of Swords, which it looks like you've been stuck in carrying the load a lot. I mean, I'm seeing that down here too. But things are just so-so. They're just so-so. That everything has to be in the right spot and has to be just so. And that may be that it is you or it is someone else around you. This person is very sharp and very, it's not a bad thing, but it's very much, there's not a lot of motion to it. It has to be done their way. And I feel like that's what's going on here. And you felt stuck in all that, in that headspace. And then in the present, and it's probably been this week, there has been a tower moment. Like I said, your angels are there, and you've got the Temperance card is to temper us. And like with steel, when you're tempering it, it's a process that you're going through. And it's the same thing with us going through, these awakenings. It's not just one awakening. You go through and through and through and through. There's different things you go through, and sometimes it's big, sometimes it's not. But you went through something big, and they are preparing you. There's something that you're supposed to be doing. But you're definitely walking away from this old and coming into a new cycle. And this is without any clarifying. This is pretty obvious to me. Let's see if we can get some clarification. Let's get some clarification on that tower first. Let's get some clarification, please, on that tower. Yeah, it's a 4. It's a 4 of Wands. So that's a marriage. Your marriage may have blown apart. That may be what this is. I don't see any 3s. I don't see anything other than this could represent that other person for some of you. And again, those are air signs. So it could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Okay. Let's see what else we have for that tower. I'll get a couple more for the tower, please. All right. You've got the 7 of Wands. A lot of Wands. A lot of Wands. I feel like you're having to defend yourself. Okay, I said there weren't any threes, but there you go. You got the Three of Swords, which there was definitely a third party. Now, a third party could be another person. It could be alcohol. It could be drugs. It could be, some kind of addiction. It could be porn. It could be, it could be a lot of things. And I'm not sure what it is about porn, but that kind of sticks out to me. And then you've got the Moon, which is secrets, porn or whatever, that kind of thing. And then you've got the Page of Cups, which is a surprise. And cups being love, so it could be that you've got a surprise coming from what you felt to be your love. But I would say, yeah, you had a blow up with your significant other. Okay, I don't need any more clarity on the rest of that. I know that's what's going on, and that's where the Temperance is coming in. This is not to punish you. This is not to punish them. This is a situation where you're supposed to be moving on. You've already learned what you needed to learn from that relationship or that situation. This could also be a job, I guess, but anyway. But for the majority of you, it is a marriage. But you've learned what you needed to learn. It's time to move on. And sometimes it's easy to get stuck in a situation like that, feeling like, well, I'm supposed to be in this situation for, a long term, and my life partner, blah, blah, blah. But there's some things that you're preparing for. You are preparing for, or you're being prepared for, you're tempered for something else. There's another something that you're supposed to be doing, and it's coming in fast. It is coming in really fast. This one right behind it in the near future is also a fast moving. And then you're putting down a burden. This burden could be, it could be this other person. It may be them that are all in their head because, them being air signs, and holding on to your money. These are both cards of holding on, moving forward quickly, but holding on. You're holding on to this old life. That's what this is saying. You're holding on to this old way of living. You're thinking you can just hold on tight enough. You don't have to move. You don't have to change. You don't have to move forward. But you do. You don't have a choice. It just gets harder. If you start fighting it, it just gets harder and harder, I promise. All right. There you are, moving away. You've got your people, you've got your important stuff, and you're moving. This could be moving physically to another house. It could be moving to another city. And these are not the same. They say the same things, but this is the 7 and this is the 6. This is Cups, 7 of Cups, and this is the 6 of Swords. So it's not even the same card for it to come up twice. That's crazy. So, yeah, that's what's going on here. Let's see what else we have. What else a lot wants to come up. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the Page of Swords, which you're thinking, you found a new way of thinking. This is you're at a point where you need to learn a different way of thinking. Okay. And then you've got the High Priestess. High Priestess is quiet. The High Priestess is meditating, manifesting what they want, and learning how to use their intuition. You need to be doing all of those things. This is you. This is what all this reading is about, is you. You've got, either you're supposed to be healing or helping, or maybe helping teach people you're supposed to be in the spiritual realm of helping and teaching and that kind of thing with all the new energies that are coming in. And you probably already know this. You've probably already felt it. This is not new. I'm sure that it's not new to you. So, but if you keep fighting it, it's just going to get more difficult. More stuff's going to blow up. And believe me, there are more things, because I'm still seeing things blow up. And I thought everything blew up to begin with. So you just need to move on through. And there may be things that blow up even though you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So it's not like that either. Whoop, we've got some cards. Let's see. Oh, and look. You win. That's the victory card. So there you go. You win. That's awesome. You just got to go with the flow. Should be more. And that's it. That is funny. This would be the easiest reading to figure out for me with the fewest amount of clarification cards. Isn't that interesting? So, yeah, you need to listen, okay? I'm thinking this is going on with a lot of people. Since we came into the age of Aquarius, I think a lot of people are being forced into awakenings, and the ones that have already started their awakenings are just getting pushed on through into the next phase of it. Because you don't just go through it once, like I said. You go through lots of different ones. You know, it's like, that's not enough, let's do some more. So, I mean, you know, and you just have to ride. It's like riding the waves. You know, when you're out, you can't fight the current to go with it. You know, if you're in the ocean and you get caught by the riptide or whatever they say, you're supposed to just relax and just go with it, because if you fight it, you're just going to get worn out and you're going to drown. You got to save your energy for when you have to you have to swim back to shore. So just go with the flow on it. You know, I know it's no fun to go through. Believe me, I know it's no fun to go through. But there are some wonderful things ahead for you. With every ending, you have an awesome beginning. I'm telling you, it's going to be better in every way. You're going to be saying, oh man, I wished I had listened earlier. Okay. All right, let's pull some cards from the your angels, your guides, your higher self. Okay, so we've got the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is that celebration, the wedding, just the same one that we had over here. Remember? And that would be the marriage. Then you've got the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Wands. The same one, the Seven of Wands. All up in, I'm sorry, that's not the Seven of Wands, that's the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Wands. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, and the Moon. And I'm guessing that the Moon was not much fun for you. And then you get the Sun. This same thing happened in my reading this morning. Isn't that interesting? Now, the Moon can mean secrets. It can mean unknown. It can mean fears. It can mean a lot of things. For some of you, it may be fears. It may be that you're afraid to change. You're afraid of this busting up of your life. I mean, it's scary. So, but then the Sun represents happy. This is happy, okay? If you go through this stuff, you are going to be so much happier. I'm here to tell you. And then there's the Chariot. It's all happening pretty quickly. It's going to zoom on through. So we're getting the same cards as before. All right, let's get a couple of oracle cards. We're not doing an extended on this. One more time. we've got healing. So you may be a healer. That may be the case. And then we got to turn it over. That was the bottom deck. And then dreaming your wisdom. So this means whenever you have dreams, a lot of people don't remember their dreams. And when you wake up and you remember your dream, you need to have a journal next to your bed and wake up from your dream, turn on the light, write it down, go back to sleep. You need to write it down because you won't remember the stuff. Or get your phone, go to the little yellow pad thing and dictate it to yourself. And then you'll have it. So, and then go back and read it. Because there's things there that you can learn that you can have be communicated to you. That you may not be able to get otherwise. Okay, then we've got seek counsel of the crystals, which these cards are so pretty. Which, if you've got crystals, and hopefully you know the crystals, you can energize them in the moonlight when you have a full moon. These all sat in the window. It was raining off and on, so I couldn't set them outside. A lot of times I'll set them outside so the moonlight can re-energize them. But this time I sat it out by the window. As long as it gets the moonlight, that's all it means. All it matters. And I just let it sit there all night. But I did all of them. And but there's all sorts of different crystals. I'll probably do a couple of videos about the different ones and what they mean. But you can tell just by the way it makes you feel. You've got some that are calming and some that are help you see clearer, or to hear your angels better. Those kind of things. There's all kinds of different ones. And this is a clearing. This is a clearing stone, and this is if you get this wet, it would disintegrate. So, you can just kind of clear everything, and that's why they're in sticks like this. But that's a natural stone. I'm not sure what it is made out of, but if you put water on it, it just dissolves. Because see, it has down there. It looks like that it had water on it at some point in time. Anyway. You need to be getting crystals if you don't already have them. That's something I'm going to have more information on later. And then it says, love who you are. That's important, especially going through what you're going through right now. You're probably getting a lot of slack about all of this stuff. And dealing with what somebody having a third party or whatever the situation is, where something else takes precedent over your marriage or your relationship, you start feeling bad about yourself. You start questioning yourself, and you can't do that. You've got to remember that there's a higher purpose for you. There's something else you're supposed to be doing, and I believe that it has something to do with healing. This one is the healing. And it's a matter of you being healed too. And as you go through the process of going through all of this painful, breaking up and that kind of thing, and you may not even know that there's a third party yet, because this is in the present. You need to process those feelings that you're having about it. You need to be, don't just take it and stick it in the back of your brain, okay? That's what a lot of us do. Instead, you need to full moon is a great time, but you can just, turn on the music, and turn it up loud when you're by yourself. If you got kids or whatever, you need to do it. Of course, maybe when they're not there at school or something. But just turn the music up, dance, and the music tends to help me because I listen to the words and I can relate and all that kind of stuff. It helps you to feel your feelings better, and all of the feelings that you have, anger, sadness, distress, all of the anger, all of the things you feel, you need to allow them to go through your body. You need to cry if you need to cry and yell and scream or whatever. You need to process those. That's the thing that has come up in more readings lately, that you need to do that. Everybody does. I mean, and you continually have to do it. You have to continue to feel those feelings that you have through things that you that you go through. And it may come back, but it'll come back lighter. So, don't try to hold back the tears. Just go ahead and feel them. And who cares who's around? If it's painful, it's painful. If you're pissed, don't hurt anybody or anything like that. But you need to feel it. And if that means you need to take some of the old dishes out of the house and bust them to pieces and then make a mosaic out of them later, then do that. Doesn't matter. It's just stuff. But if it helps you to process some of those feelings, then you need to do that. So I sure hope this helped you a lot. And I hope to see you again. Again, if you want to, there's a bell below that you can click, and it'll let you know when I drop another video. I would love to see you again here and hear what you have to say, what your comments are. Please let me know if this is something that helps you. I would love to hear about it. So, and again, if you have other questions or ideas for other videos or things you want to know, then let me know down there. So, all right, till next time. Thanks, guys.